Hey guys, it's time for another video, and 3 of you asked for it and I said I would do it, so here we go. This is my top 5 favorite Watsons. I did my top 5 favorite Sherlock Holmeses, my favorite portrayals of Sherlock Holmes. Link in the doobly-doo to that video. Go watch that one before this one, probably. I guess it really doesn't matter what order you watch these in. But as you know, Sherlock Holmes is an amazing character, and I have been a fan of Sherlock Holmes my entire life, and I have seen many portrayals of Holmes and Watson throughout my lifetime. I'm a member of a Sherlock Holmes club here in my hometown. We call ourselves the Sherlockians, and we get together to watch anything Sherlock related, so we have pretty much seen it all, the good and the really utterly terrible. Let me just say, peeing chihuahuas were involved in one of the Sherlock Holmes movies that we watched. So, you found out my favorite Sherlocks, who are my favorite Watsons. It's definitely not going to be who you were expecting. My favorite Watsons aren't necessarily going to line up with my favorite Holmeses, so if you think you got it figured out about who my favorite Holmeses are, think again. Will I do a favorite Lestrade video? Probably not, but maybe. How about a favorite Mrs. Hudson's video? That'd be fun. Maybe someday. Comment below if you'd like to see either of those things. Just maybe. So my number 5 Watson is Wilson from House. Many of you know that House was one of my favorite Sherlock Holmeses, and I do enjoy Wilson as his Watson. However, he does end up fairly low on this list because of the way his character is portrayed as such an enabler, and he doesn't check Holmes, and he doesn't put Holmes at his place as much as many other Watsons on this list do, and I prefer my Watson to be a good friend to Holmes but also not take his crap. And Wilson, unfortunately, is a little bit too nice and lets House get away with a lot more than he should. So even though you can definitely see their friendship and how strong it is, in this one you also really wonder why they're friends a lot of the time. My number 4 Watson goes to Ian Harte from a mini-series in the 2000s. I couldn't even find what year it aired. It was a mini-series of Hound of the Baskervilles. I think it was like 2 episodes, and the Watson in that I really liked because if you're familiar with Hound of the Baskervilles, there is a lot of Holmes like lying to Watson and surprising Watson and leaving Watson on to fend for himself. And this was the first Watson I've really encountered who was like, why the fuck did you do that to me? That was a really asshole thing to do. Why didn't you just come with me? Where's my support, Holmes? And I actually really liked that, and I wanted to see this Holmes and Watson pair go on to do more things, and they really didn't. But I appreciated a Watson who, while he was still friends with Holmes, was definitely willing to call him out on his shit. You should definitely go check out that mini-series if you can. Unfortunately, this was the only instance of this Watson, so he can't go very high on the list because I didn't see him in anything else. My number 3 spot goes to Edward Hardwick from the Granada series with Jeremy Brett. There were 2 Watsons in that series, but Hardwick definitely nailed it a lot better. His Watson was a lot more competent, a lot less jammy than the first Watson. Plus, he brought a friendship to the table, and that Edward Hardwick and Jeremy Brett were very close friends in real life. Edward helped Jeremy with his real-life addiction and stood by his side, and that really shows in the relationship that comes onto the screen. I love it when actors are friends in real life. It just makes me so happy. It's like knowing your ships are real. And so you can see it on the screen, and this Watson is very intelligent, is very loyal, will stand up to Holmes if Holmes is being a jerk, and I just love him. He did an amazing job. My number 2 spot actually goes to Martin Freeman from the Sherlock series, the new BBC Sherlock series. He beat out Edward Hardwick by just a little bit because Freeman really brings a new side to Watson that I enjoy. He is a lot more sassy sometimes. I think he's a very sassy Watson. He's a very hands-off Watson. I don't know if you noticed this, but I like to notice that he keeps his body to himself, basically. He's very structured and regimented, and you can see the military side coming out in him in a lot of the ways that he moves. And I loved, he doesn't let Sherlock get away with too much shit, and he will stand up to Sherlock, but he is also very loyal. Is it Lestrade or is it Mycroft who says you're very loyal very quickly? And I liked that, actually. Because this Watson has something that we don't see in a lot of other Watsons portrayed as much, and that this Freeman's Watson is in awe of Holmes and his abilities. Where other people look at Holmes and they go, that guy is freaky and he makes me angry and he's a know-it-all, Watson goes, yeah, but he knows it all. This man is very smart. This man is someone that I want to be friends with. And I liked that angle. I liked the angle of not feeling adversarial towards Sherlock for his intelligence, but wanting to be friends with Sherlock for his intelligence. Plus, they have this great bromance angle going on. I love it to bits. And also this Watson has a life outside of Holmes that we see a lot more of, and what he's up to and what he's feeling. So this Watson really is just a lot more of a whole person than many of the other Watsons, and I love him. But my number one Watson will probably come as a surprise to at least those of you who are watching who are not in my Sherlock Holmes club, and that is Dr. Watson, Crime Doctor. That's right, Ben Kingsley's portrayal of Watson in Without a Clue is absolutely amazing and hilarious. If you have not seen Without a Clue and you are a fan of Sherlock Holmes, oh my gosh, go watch it. It is a comedy, but there's a great mystery going on, and the angle, which the back cover I think tells you right away, is that Watson is the smart detective, and he has hired an actor to play Sherlock Holmes, and then Watson solves the cases and credits this actor. And the relationship between Watson and this guy, Reginald Kincaid, this actor, is amazing and hilarious, and I just love this movie so much. If you want Sherlock Holmes and you want comedy and you want it to be done right, you must go watch Without a Clue. Please go watch and do yourself a favor, especially because Ben Kingsley nails it as this Watson, Dr. Watson, Crime Doctor. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Go watch this. So there you go. That is my list of my top 5 favorite Watsons. Are there any other top lists that you would like to see? Literary, movie top lists? I'll totally do them. Once again, this is your chance to boss me around. Leave a comment below, let me know. And if you liked what you saw here, remember to share it with your friends. Tell your friends wherever friends are told. You could be my Watson. And I will see you guys all again next time when I do whatever the heck it is I'm doing next time. Bye!